this direction. Actually, Colt, we just jump over here for a second. Oh, yeah. It's like practice, no vehicle. Usually just 30 yells, just like that. You're gonna throw me a ball, okay? So as I'm here and I'm a little bit tighter than my defender who's come out to play me, is being able to receive a ball, and when I make my switch to go, I'm keeping enough distance by putting my elbow out, so I receive it, elbows out. My next move is straight away from receiving to be able to switch through and go. Now the reason this is good is because defenders are taught as the ball moves around, if a succession of passes will be made around the outside, defenders' heads are going to be like this. Watch it. As soon as I receive a ball here from Courtney, all eyes are going to be starting to look, okay, now the ball's with Jen, and I catch it here. So all defense are ready for anything this way. As soon as I catch it, Dana's going to be coming over to cover stick side. I'm going to switch the direction on it. Again, don't let your players fade. This is probably the one I see the most. By fade, I mean I receive a ball, I switch hands, I do a great job of it, and I start heading east to west. That's right? East to west. Yep. I was never good at geography. Okay, so we're running. When I make that switch from receiving it in tight, I make the switch and I straight away get it with a focus on getting to the cage. Same thing would apply if you reversed it. Now the idea is without switching the hands. Very much so. I see this at a young age a lot. Especially a young age, but still, again, my college kids are prone to it. Is we receive a ball high and we go for one of these switches. We call it the big fat Christmas present. It's where Dana doesn't have to do anything and I'm going to give it to her. So as I receive it, I have my stick high and I go to switch hands from up here without doing anything. Dana is going to be able to put her stick up and check me. So when we do make our catches, when we receive the ball, my first instinct was to be weight on my right foot. As I receive the ball, my weight's on my right foot. My next move is to push my stick down towards the ground, holding onto it, and as I make the switch, right at the point where it hits about my navel, we call it a belly buster. I make that switch, and right at that point where it's about to hit my belly button, I'm back up and I'm on the other side. So it's a weight distribution on your switch. I receive it with my right foot planted. As I make my switch, my body weight shifts. And then I'm going by my player. And that's very important. We do this, a good drill for it is to, first of all, just go through the basics of holding this stick. So a lot of times when people switch, I see this. Anytime you take one hand off your stick, it's not as controlled, not as balanced. So you want it to be a smooth motion. It's about getting your players comfortable, being able to maneuver their sticks through the hand. Again, it's 99% of that looking cool. This, not so cool. So we're here, and we're just switching. So one of the things I always do with my players, I have them toss the ball up to themselves and work on that switch. Toss the ball up, work on that switch. Smooth hands are coming through. Once they've got the hang of it, and it looks pretty good, Dana will step up with her stick at my chest level. Standing up, gotcha. So standing up there, that stick at eye level, and even dropping a little bit. I want to keep my eye up the whole time. I imagine I take a ball, I'm just going under her stick. To make sure we're getting our stick low enough. Transferring my body weight, and I'm set to go. Hips stay forward. Transfer body weight. Okay, so slide, switch. Slide, switch. You're going to give the even stand down while you do this. Okay? So being able to switch through. Again, that's something that's really important. When I talk about dynamic dodges, I think if you've ever seen this in a game, I think guys who switch your hands is pretty good. This way, it's about the only thing they do pretty good. Better than us in lacrosse. Just kidding. Just made a lot of enemies. And I'm gone. And I get my hips oriented towards the cage. So that's something that's really a very different story when you get inside. You don't ever have a lot of time and space and room. Yet still we always see people trying to line up, people stopping their feet, so they get out of the dodge and they slow up to try and get a shot off. Someone is coming for you. None of us are that quick. Someone's coming for you. So they're all going to be crashing into the 8, trying to get in there to get a stick on you. So you need to have the ability, one, to shoot off the move, to stay in full motion, to be able to put the ball away from in tight on the move. So I don't want to have to slow up and stop my feet stationary. Want to be able to go on the move. Second part of it is top wrist. Being able to control your stick, being able to snap the ball into the goal and pick your placement, which is all done with my top wrist right now. Great thing to teach your players about top wrist control and getting good at it is just partner passing or getting against the wall, holding your stick about halfway down and just working on that snap, being able to stay out in front of their body and snap, just so they can get a feel for how hard, how much snap you can put on it. Once you get the hang of it and staying everything in pretty tight with your player and being able to work on that quick little movement, I can pass it to anywhere on Dana. Okay, just by being able to move my stick, I can come across my body and still snap. I'm just using the wrists and I'm not having to come out front. So I come out of my dodge, I cannot come back up to my shoulder to shoot. I want to be able to shoot just off out in front of my body, and if I do make a dodge, that I can seal off and step in front, my stick comes with me so that my body is always protecting my stick. So you want that snappy top wrist. And then it's creativity. Not just being able to shoot right-handed from the right side of your body every time. Because I might beat my players and get inside, and all of a sudden, I feel a defender coming to a slide. I want to be able to stay on the move. I might not have time to switch hands. Courtney, sorry. Luckily, she's one of my players, so she can't say anything about that. So I make my move. Defender's coming. All of a sudden, I'm jammed up. All wrists and being able to snap across my body. Again, it all comes from my top wrist. My body is my protector of my stick, so I don't want to come all the way out to shoot. I want to come in very far off. We say it's like you're in a doorway. You want to keep your shots from within the doorway. You don't want to be hanging out here. You don't want to be hanging out the hallway, just the doorway. So when we come by, again, it's all wrist, it's snap, it's creativity. So we'll just do a couple. I just take Dana imaginarily on. She'll play donkey. She's like the best at it. Being able to move my move. Again, stepping in front of my stick. As I take my shot, I'm on the move. I'm explosive out of my dodge. I have a different speed. You may approach a little bit slower. Zoom out of your dodge. What's happening? Stepping in front, being able to make my shot. Being able to shoot from out front. So just snapping. As fun as this is. Coming from the side, we're able to line that defender up. What I love about this dodge is if I set myself up in space here, and I'm looking at Dana looking to dodge. Right now, Dana is not defending the goal. Dana is defending over there. Dana's defending the net back there. So she's actually not even defending the goal. How great is that? Defender not defending the goal. So I'm going to approach her knowing I have two ways to go to beat her. When I say you can use these dodges for anywhere the same rules apply, they do. In a side dodge, if I do catch Dana, if I say I go top side, so I sell her on weak, and I stay top side on her, where it still applies is I don't want to start going and dodging east to west. Fundamental rule, get your hips to the cage. So if I do beat Dana right now, from out here, even though I'm going east to west, I beat her, my next step wants to rip my hips to cage and then get her on my back and ride me in. Again, ching ching, money back, stick protected. Have my stuff faked. It's nice when you have defenders to help you out like that too. So stick protection is shot. Again, anything in tight. Talked about this last year. Being able to little moves and quick fake. It's all top wrist. Little body hinge. You'll be surprised at how often these keepers, with an inside move, I beat Dana, I get my hips towards cage, take her in. If I have Courtney right now, you'll be surprised how out in front, just a little step, upper body movement, and I can get her to go and I can put my shot away. So just a little hitch and body movement, thinking about our shot still. Don't want to forget about our fakes either. So other ways we beat Dana, we've worked on, talked about. Oh. I forgot to tell her not to sing. It's like clearly obvious your head coach is shooting me. Okay, as we approach now, making that move, keeping our stick protected. So moving here and getting a shot off from the cage. All top wrist once we get by. We get inside, my stick's protected. So that's, you can see from the cage again, from the side, I'm making all the same moves. I'm just working up straight away, getting my hips straight line towards the cage so I can make those shots. So that's all about taking your dodges to cage, putting them in the back of the net, and that's it. We're across game one, we're good to go. Back it up.